like to have my... Thank you. Bring me more demons. Let me... I am 1 hour. Bring me more demons.
my mic should be on. Can you hear me now? My mic most definitely should be on. I just rechecked the stream and I have the mic turned on. Oh, okay. I probably sound a little groggy because I just got out of bed. Well, I don't know. I probably spent 45 minutes goofing around, drinking coffee. Okay. Let's go up these stairs. Wait for this fucker to turn around, and then bull rush her. Or him. Whichever. Let's see. Damn, let's count these pillars. See what point it turns around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turns around at the 10th pillar. And it takes 3 hits to kill. And it probably drops spice, I'm thinking. I'm not sure why it wasn't on. I clicked the on and off button on the stream. It was listed as on, but maybe there was just a glitch. I use a Elgato HT60 and it was listed as on, but maybe clicking it on and off worked. Sorry, I've been sitting here talking to myself the whole time. You guys couldn't hear me. So anyways, what you couldn't hear was me sitting and discussing what the best way to kill this boss was, because I'm not 100% certain. But we're going to go ahead and try this flame toss because it wouldn't come down on the ground for me. It just kept running around. But if someone knows a way that I can bait it to the ground, so I think that fire longsword is the dragon longsword is probably my best bet for damage output. But if it's just going to fly around above my head, there's not really any point in trying to attack it with a sword, right? Whereas here... Oh! Hey, I dodged around it, dude. I totally fucking dodged around it, and all of a sudden I was standing right in front of it again. She's a man-eater. Let me try to remember the words of that song. She only come out at night, mean and hungry. Like Hall & Oates, circa 1984, I believe. Maybe even earlier than that. 82, 83? Oh shit. I got the wrong weapon. Oh. That is not good at all. Ability shortage is a bad thing. You really get nerfed. Separate them and cut their tail. What does cutting their tail do? It limits their magic abilities, doesn't it? In order to do that, I'd have to be less of a scrub, though, and probably not lock onto them, which would be difficult for me, because I lock onto pretty much everything. Even really hard bosses like maneater, always locked on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that third one there up there, she should turn around. And then we'll race up behind her and wreck her. Yep. Haha, I can count. Get wrecked. Okay, so let's see if we got any things other than the mic. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. People usually recommend to separate them and cut their tail. Can you cut their? You can cut their tails. Yes, you can cut their tails. I know you can cut their tails, and I want to say it takes away at least one of their attacks, but it might take away all of their magic attacks. Let's go ahead and give that a shot right here. I'm not worried about wasting these stones because I'm just going to fucking dupe them anyway. So we'll go in with full health and we'll play around with these guys because coming up with a good strategy for beating these guys at SL1 is a good idea. And I'd like to do this. Maybe they won't fly. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna cheese them though, Javier. Unless I can't use a bow at level 1 anyway. I don't think. At least you can't use a bow in any of the other games at level 1. You can use a crossbow. And I possibly can use a crossbow, but I'm going to try not to cheese anything here. Unless I get really stuck on something. I'm open to cheesing after many failures. But this is no Sister Frida quite yet. Okay, so let's run in here. Try to get behind it and lop off its tail. And see how that changes its moveset. What happened? Why do I dodge the wrong fucking way in this game? I mean, seriously, it's like I dodge one direction and my character goes the exact opposite direction. I can't get behind it. There we go. Ah. Oh, that was my tail hit. Get behind it. What's it doing now? Okay, when it does that, do I need to... No, I really want to do this tail cut, even if it gets me killed. I just walked off the edge. You can do the same to Manus in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, I've never tried that. I hear it takes forever. Because Manus has a huge health pool, and you're such a distance from it that if you're doing any damage at all, you're not doing much. Although I did cheese Manus a little bit on my SL1, and I kind of regret that. I should maybe go back and do another SL1 of Dark Souls 1, because the run wasn't that hard, but Manus really frustrated me, and I ended up going with I ended up using pyromancies against him. And looking back at it, like as I was watching the video, the strategy that I used with the pyromancies, I could have just as easily done it with the club. I don't know if he's particularly weak to fire. I could have used a fire reinforced club or lightning or whatever. I had them all at that point in the game. So I really shouldn't have done it because I was just baiting out his hand slam and then attacking the end of his hand with a what's the pyromancy where you just shoot out some flames, flame burst or something, I don't know. Oh shit, I'm not counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if we can walk up to the 8th one. Or if she'll notice us there. We're inviting death at this point. I would say the fight must take place in the platform at the end. Oh, no. She can see you if you go up to the 7th, or up to the 8th pillar. So you don't want to do that. Oh, and she can one-shot you too. Okay, so 7th pillar, stop. Gravity Soul strikes again. Indeed, it does. It's the most deadly enemy in all of Souls games, and we conquered it in the Ring City DLC. Finally conquered gravity. With a huge torch. Go to the other end. Well, the first one, I want to say you can take out that first one. At least at regular levels, you can take out the first one before the other one shows up. So I'd rather try to do that. There you can bait them to the floor and dodge them better. Bait them to the floor. What makes that end of the... Is it just kind of designed that way? There's nothing different about that end of the bridge. But if they're designed so that they'll come to the floor better on one end than the other, I'm all for getting the goddamn thing to the floor. Although I do want to still try to cut the tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know, I'm sorry if that's boring to people, but that's kind of how I end up playing games sometimes. I'm looking for, like a solid kind of trick that works, like counting these pillars. Like, she should not notice me standing here, and she's going to turn around right now. And learning those tricks, if I do another SL1, obviously makes it a lot easier. So 7th pillar, turn around, or 7th pillar, stand and wait. 3 pillars up, she's going to turn around, and then you can run up and kill her from behind. Or him, I guess. Mind flayers maybe don't have a gender. It. Second maneater appears after the 100 seconds or after lowering the first one's life to under 20%. Right. So, and the second maneater appears at the other end, right? So if I can kill the first maneater on this end by being super aggressive, the other one's going to show up at 20%. That gives me some time to knock off that second 20%. Or that last 20%. And I know I've done it that way at regular levels. Question is, am I powerful enough at SL1? Alright, I'm going to stick to the sword for now. We have the ability to switch, or maybe I'll switch things up. I can easily do this. I'll switch things up if he gets annoying and runs around too much, but I want to try to get... I'm going to try to run around him without locking on, too. That didn't work. At all. at fucking all. See, I'm sure some people have an easier time playing these games without being locked on, but because I never do it, I'm fucking terrible at it. If I'm not locked on, I can't tell what the boss is doing. I don't know when to dodge. It just messes with my perception of what's going on. And I'm sure if I did it more, I'd get used to it, but I don't. Stay locked on at all times. And that might make it hard to cut this tail, though, because he doesn't really allow you to get behind him. Knock me right off. Third strike out, yeah, well, and I wasn't even dodging. I wasn't even trying to dodge. I was just trying to run behind him. Maybe that's from watching people like G-Soul do all their SL1 NG+7. What is that over there? It's an entire area I didn't even explore, it seems like. Oh, no, I did. That was one of the towers that I went up and extinguished the flame. There's just stuff I didn't grab off it, and probably stuff I don't need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and stop. Turn around. Wrecked. The one on the way to the old monk isn't going to be so easy, though. How do I run around that one? I think it's facing you the whole time. I still want to try to get that tail cut. I want to see if it prevents them from flying. I'm almost sure it prevents them from using magic, but flying would be even better. Oh, damn. What the fuck? Oh, it's timed out. Why did I not use my spice? Is that it? I can't see anything. Fuck me. Okay, when it bends down and does that yellow attack, it seems like that's... But it's complete RNG. The first time I ran in here, it just flew around in the air the entire fucking time. Like, it didn't come down at all. I couldn't get a single hit on it. But it bends down to do some sort of yellow attack. I'm not sure if that's AoE or not. If I was going to die anyways, even if I didn't run right off the side of the bridge. I'd like to get a good strat for this at level 1, because it's probably not the first time I'm going to want to try to do a level 1 of this game. And if I can come up with a good strategy that isn't cheese, then that'll make it a little bit more entertaining. It's just this first time is going to take a long time. I've still never come up with a good SL1 strat for free. Particularly the second and third phases. The first phase I can blow through pretty easily. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122 This sword is doing hella damage, though. I mean, I'm happy with that. I don't have any problem with the damage I'm doing. Turn around. Get ready. I think this game behaves a lot more randomly too when you're locked on. I think it's probably like people tell you don't lock on in these games all the time. It's somewhat random advice. Like some people just never lock on. But in this particular game, it seems like when I'm locked on and I dodge, it's almost random which direction I go. I'm sure it isn't random. There's some logic to it, but like I can't predict it. Like I feel like I dodged one way and I just dodged complete opposite direction, and that's probably because it's in relation to that lock-on reticule. Okay, I just cleared boss. I just cleared all the first zones of the game. Now I'll go with all the next 3 zones. Which one is your favorite level of the game? Of this game? My favorite level. I like getting towards the end when you're in World 1, but you're back in the castle. That's fun, other than that stupid-ass dragon. But I think this area of the game is probably the most atmospheric. And I actually do like this boss, even if I'm struggling at it right now. I think it's a pretty cool boss. Okay, now he's switched. Oh, see that lock on also there. I don't know where I'm at. See, like that there, I totally tried to dodge around him and got nowhere. Fuck. If I can get him back here, come on. Oh shit, the other one's already here. Alright, run. Come on! Fucking hit him. Oh, no, that's a new one. I don't want him. Oh, you fuck! Are you the weak one? No. Yes. This is the one I want. If I can take him out. Oh, nice. Oh, what the fuck? What in the fuck was that? Okay. Well, it's possible. And in fact, if he hadn't flown away there, I could have killed him before the other one even showed up. So I don't know if that's RNG or just staying aggressive on him. But it's obviously not that terribly difficult if we can work out a good strategy, and I think that's probably the good strategy. It's going to take a couple switches between the staff or the catalyst, and why did I do that? I already know not to just spam R1 on these guys. You always miss with the second hit. Always. Every time. You lean and hungry tired. She's a man-eater. Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man-eater. She'll only come out at night. Lean and hungry tired. That's all the words I can remember. Damn it. Did I stop in the right spot? I think I did. I guess we're about to find out. Yes. Thank you. So his charge attack, I do not think tracks you. So if when he gets into that stance that he gets ready to charge, if you just dodge, he's going to charge the direction that he went into for the stance, I believe. Although, I guess I'm not certain of that. It seemed like he was charging past me there. Although maybe I was just dodging well. I guess we'll find out. After a few more deaths. It worked pretty fine this time. Sometimes worse emanates the camera. Yes, and that's right. And that has a lot to do with my insistence on locking on. But honestly, you saw what happened when I didn't lock on. It was completely worthless. He like hit me 1, 2, 3 times and it was over. So I would say for a lot of people, the best strategy on this boss is don't lock on. For me, it doesn't work. See that there? Whoop! Damn it. And he likes to charge you as you're standing up, and there's literally just nothing you can do about it. That's RNG there. He goes for, it seems like he lets you stand up sometimes, and then other times he just queue up a second charge, and as you're standing up, he kills you. This is an annoying run to the boss. I'm glad that in later games they decided that putting bonfires closer to the boss made a lot of sense. Although I guess Dark Souls 2 had some really annoying runs to bosses, didn't it? Fucking Iron Keep run to the Smelter Demon. Oh my god. What a pain in the dick. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See you later, dude. Thanks for stopping in. And people, if you want to get a better crowd going in here, hit the like button. I'm convinced that that's one reason you end up with more people in the chat, is that videos with more likes get more suggestions. I missed whatever they dropped. It doesn't make a big difference to me. I'm not monetized and probably never will be. But I don't know. I mean, people like to chat with other people in the chat while I'm dying over and over. That's one way to get more people in the chat. Alright. What did we start with? I feel like I've died more times than this. Because I want to say I started with... No, that's maybe right. I think I started with 13. So I've died 6 times. Seems like more. Oh, that was smooth. What the fuck? Lock on, you bitch. Okay, maybe I'm strafing the wrong direction. Alright, you can't just run up and take 2 hits on. I am strafing the wrong direction. And you do not have time enough. Whoa! What the fuck? Oh, almost went right off the edge again. How in the fuck? Okay, this is the point where you can apparently cut his tail. Is that like a charge up? Is he more powerful than he was before? Okay, now I have to switch and shoot him. Oh shit! What the fuck was that? Bitch! Nope, that's not the one I want. Okay, don't lock on, just run through. You know what? I seem to remember being able to kind of bait these guys so you get one of them. Oh, you know what? I also remember this. And I also remember that. Do not try to take 2 attacks there. Okay, and I remember if you run all the way to the other end, one of them is going to catch you before the other one, and that gives you a chance to get a couple hits in. I do remember that. It's been a long time, but I should get one before the other. And I just did it again. Didn't I just say to you guys, don't take 2 attacks in a row? Really? Fuck me. Okay, but that was working a little bit as a strategy. So, start out, do as much damage to the first one as possible. That was a shit run. I did not do much damage to it. I didn't even get it to 50% health, I don't think. Or it was about 50%. Wait for the other one to show up. Run all the way to the other end. Was I was one-handing my sword. I was doing reduced damage because I lacked the, I had an ability shortage. I was scrubbing that up. I didn't even realize it. So, do as much damage to the first one as possible. Wait for the other one to actually show up on that end of the bridge. Run to the other end of the bridge. Idiot. Wait for the guy to show up and take another few hits until the other one shows up, and just keep on doing that. So then the big challenge is just going to be dodging around them in order to get to the other end of the bridge. I also seem to remember one time using the center bonfire thing, torch, great big torch, to kind of separate them. Although, I guess at level 1 that might be hard because you're still going to take random hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gargoyles in the Soul Saga. Maneaters, Dark Souls 2 Gargoyles, Dark Souls 1 from hardest to easy in my opinion. Even though I died a lot with those in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, you know how you could make the ones in Dark Souls 2 a lot easier is to just come back to them later. Because, like, especially in Scholar of the First Sin, they did not hide the key behind the gargoyles. So you don't have to kill them, really. And that makes it, I mean, the key to, well, actually, you wouldn't have to, but even back then, because you didn't have to kill the Lost Sinner early. You could go back to it at any point. Because if you go back to the gargoyles with a fairly high-powered weapon and can kill them in 3 shots, even my level 1 going through Dark Souls 2, I went all the way to Frida and was able to attack the gargoyles with a plus 10 mace. And they're weak to strike, and it was plus 10 obviously, so it ended up being a really doable fight. It wasn't that difficult. But the trick to that, of course, is you need to be able to take them out fast, and that's really hard to do. Okay, so you want to dodge to the left here. Hate that it costs your lock on. Oh, and makes you dodge right off the goddamn. Really? That is so irritating. Fuck me. You know, it really is. I hate to say it because I'm this person who always locks on, but if I were able to do this fight without locking on, it would make it a hell of a lot easier. Because they are engineered to launch you off the cliff when you dodge. So, he dodges past you, you're dodging backwards or to one side, whichever side is safe at the time. But of course, he's so fast and dodges that when you actually dodge, you dodge in a completely different direction than you expected because he's changed location. Therefore, your lock-on has changed location. I keep doing that. I keep taking 2 swings at this guy. Doesn't seem to matter how many times I completely whiff on the second swing. I just R1 spam that bitch. No, I don't want to cheese him, Tomas. I will cheese a boss, I guess, if I get really frustrated, but I'm a long way from getting really frustrated. I can't think of any bosses that I regularly cheese. I always parry Gundyr to death at level 1. And not only that, but I've never killed these guys with an SL1 character, so I'd like to learn how. And coming up with a good strategy. And I think I've got a good strategy, it's just I'm not performing it well. I need to be more patient with these dodges. I need to recognize that the guy's going to turn around on me and launch me off the cliff. Or I need to not lock onto him at certain points. I don't know. One, two, three. See ya. Oh, I'm sure getting a lot of fresh spice off this guy. And I got lots more of these stones because I duped them early. I think I duped the first one I found. Alright, let's try this again. No preemptive attacks. He attacks first, then you attack. There we go. No 2 hits at a time. And I take 2 hits at a time. I'm good at that. Not following my own advice. Oh! I thought I was going to be able to get around that. Okay, this is the good one. This one is the one I can get behind him and knock his tail off. See, it takes me so fucking long to stand up. That all I can do is sit there and think about a route of escape. I'm just sitting there on the ground. I've got to quit doing that. What's happening is I'm hitting him twice. Therefore, I'm mid-attack animation when he goes to do the charge animation. And the charge animation, or the charge attack, is really easy to dodge around. As long as you don't dodge off the bridge, it's not really a concern at all. The problem is, if you're mid-animation for an attack, you can't dodge, obviously. Okay, 1 hit, go forward and hit him again. Quit being such a fucking scrub about that. You never hit him with that second hit, ever. I'm wondering, if I'm using the stones to give myself full health, is there anything else? Is there any other ring that's going to give me... I wonder if that one, that Master's ring would actually help me. Oh, wait a minute. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 1 hit per chance should be enough, and then try to rush with 2 or more hits. You know what the problem is, Javier, on that? Is that I know that taking the first one down fast is going to be critical to beating the 2 of them. So I get greedy even while I'm telling myself don't get greedy. Like, don't get greedy, don't get greedy, get greedy. That's kind of how this is working so far. Even though I know not to take that second hit, I just do anyway. And there are times you can get in the second hit, but he often punishes me for it. And when he does that charge and knocks me down, that's death to me. Because he'll just queue up another attack, and as I'm standing up, he rolls over me or shoots magic at me or whatever. Alright. Let me double check what I've got going on here. I'm doing a lot of damage with that dragon sword. Do you suppose my weight ratio, if I take this other stuff off that I'm not using the shield for anything. Is there anything else that gives... What the hell is If I don't need the cling ring... Recover HP a little at a time. I don't think that's really going to help me. He doesn't use any fire against me. Doesn't use poison. Doesn't use disease. Clever rat's ring. That can't hurt anything. How good is this master's ring? Raises direct hit damage, lowers other damage. Let's try this and see what happens. And then if that doesn't work, then we'll go with that clever rat's ring. Do you have the miracle second chance? I'm not sure, but this is only a level 1 character, Tomas, so there's not a lot that I can use. As you can see, I'm still level 1. So there's a lot of spells. Like if it takes 2 slots, I can't use it. If it takes too many magic points, I can't use it. If I haven't found it, I can't use it, obviously. Yeah, this character's pretty nerfed. So he's somewhat limited in what he can do. He's going to have a good performance. And that's a lot to ask of me. How? What the fuck? Okay, 1 hit and then go, because he always fucking charges me there. Oh shit, you can lock onto his tail. Alright, that just fucked me up. Come on down here. Really? Alright, see, now that's where RNG is just fucked in this fight. There's literally nothing I can do here. Oh, there we go. How am I not locking on there? I've got to quit doing that. You do not want to dodge to that direction. Fuck. That wasn't because he had knocked me over. That was because I tried to heal and he just queued up a charge. And he usually lets you heal, so I don't think the issue was... Was I doing extra damage to him? I didn't really feel like I was. And what constitutes a direct hit? What does that mean? So the Master's Ring gives me better damage with a direct hit, but less damage with other hits. So what does that mean, a direct hit? I assume a hit to the tail is not a direct hit? Yeah, you can lock onto his tail. Unfortunately, it didn't do me a shit of good because I can't get behind him. It seems like the best time to get behind him is when he does the that yellow charge up, and I assume he does more damage at that point and possibly takes less. I'm not sure. It's some sort of a buff. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and stop. What's up, Baki Baki? I can't read any of those symbols you're using. Since there's so many in a row that look like a is that lambda? A Half-Life symbol or something? Kind of like it. Oop. Say nope. I am going to figure out how to beat this boss. I'm going to figure out how to beat the boss in such a way that it's not that difficult. So I'm just going to have an aha moment all of a sudden, or one of you is going to give me an aha moment, and then all of a sudden it's not going to be that hard. I've been here before. I know that's how this works. I don't think so. I'm thinking those are just kind of random characters that they're typing. I mean, they may be Japanese characters, but unless that kind of lambda-looking symbol means scrub, in which case I could see why there were so many in a row. All right, let's take this bitch. I need to quit doing that too. All it does is obscure my vision. Okay, so I always want to dodge left here. Nice. One hit and stop. Where did he go? Where the fuck did he go? Oh my god, that spell animation is so long that it gives him time to do whatever the hell he wants. Come on back down here and let me lock on. Really? There's nothing I can't get away. That'd be funny if you could knock him right out of the sky. Oop. Really? See, this is intended to fuck your camera. That's the only purpose of him standing directly above you. It's just intended to fuck up your camera. There we go. Dodge left. Oh no, shit, nope. Oh shit, second guy. What the fuck was that? Run. Really? Do I have just one? That animation is so fast. Oh, shit. Really? Fuck me. If you try to dodge around them to the right-hand side, the fist comes around and has, like, what appears to be an extra-large hitbox. So it's moving to the right, and your dodge animation moves you right into the fist. So you always have to dodge left on their punch. That's the way I'm looking at it. The way it seems to be working out for me is every time I try to dodge around them to the right, they catch me with the punch. And then when I dodge around them to the left, I usually get around it. Hey, what's up, Waffles? The boss is called the Maneaters, and it's considered one of the more difficult bosses in Demon Souls. I think if I were good at playing without locking on, it wouldn't be that difficult. But I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because the camera is fucking me more than anything else. I dodge right off the cliff. The things kind of blow past you and screw up your camera angle, so you don't even know which way you're facing because it's so fast that just all of a sudden you're facing in a completely different direction than you were before. I got a lot of those old spices. I think I'm down to almost my last one here. That means, well, okay, so this is try number 12. Really? See, and like there, I even tried to go to the left, and it just went completely different direction. You know, he does give you a chance to stand up. I'm just not doing it. What the fuck? Hey, I cut off his tail. I thought that meant he couldn't fly. No. He maybe can't use magic anymore. I don't think that ring is helping me any. What? I strafed sideways. I swear to God, I should have strafed around him to the side, and I strafed like straight back right off the fucking cliff. What world tendency am I doing? I'm doing whatever world tendency gets me killed the most. I would assume I'm doing very. Well, wait a minute. I can't check it right now. This is an SL1 double B. I'm not working on a certain world tendency. It's level 1, so I'm not trying to do optional stuff. I'm just trying to finish the game with a level 1 character. And I want to say none of the world tendency stuff is all that useful at level 1 anyways. Is it? Although I'm sure someone's done like a platinum run of the game where they had to go through the game like 3 different times at level 1. This game has a big jump between NG and NG+, I feel like. More so than other Souls games. NG Plus is more boosted. Hold the center of the torch. I have done that before, and I think that works. Yeah, but at pure white, you have to not die. I'm level 1. I'm gonna die. Isn't that kind of how it works? That, hey, that guy shouldn't be able to see me. What the fuck? I counted out the pillars. He should not be able to see me there. Unless, like, my world tendency got to the point where I don't know, it's just kind of neutral. It's not black or white. Wait a minute. Let's do this again. Was I at the wrong pillar? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I already tested this out. If I stand at this pillar, he should turn around at pillar number 10, which is kind of in the center of my screen there. So right here, he should turn around. Just a moment. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I was just like one step too far. Okay, are we getting any good suggestions here? Probably in languages I can't understand. Looks like some Russian. What kind of rings do you have right now? Well, actually, that's a good point. I should take off this Master's ring. I was wearing it as an experiment. I don't think it's helping me any. Right now I'm wearing the Fragrant ring and the Master's ring. And I should probably be trying... The Thief's ring isn't going to help me because they know where I am. That's not going to help me either. This might help me. Actually, this might help me. I'm not sure. You guys would maybe know better than I. This is, of the Souls games, this is the one I know the least about. The Cling Ring isn't helping me because I'm just going ahead and spamming through Stones of Ephemeral Eyes because I duped them. And I'll dupe them more if I have to. I guess this one doesn't hurt me any. Hola from Chile. Hola, Chile. ¿Cómo estás? Alright. I think I'm going to have to go back and get more of these stones. I think I'm on my last one, which means this is try number 13. Which isn't that bad. I think I died to Frida 100 times at level 1 before I took her down, so I'm not too upset about 13 times. It's a hard fight. Oh, get in there? No, what the fuck? He usually does the charge if you do that. Here it is. See, that's what I'm talking about there. Like, where the fuck did he go? This is just a camera fuckaroo. There he is. See, I dodged sideways. I swear to God, you guys. I dodged fucking sideways and I went straight back. There goes his tail. I swear to God, I dodged sideways. What the fuck, dude? That was my bad. I should have seen that I was low on health and taken the health first. And what I did was took another attack with my spell, which has a long animation, and then tried to heal. And that gave him plenty of time to just switch up and wreck me. I am the Scrub Lord, indeed. Okay, Pios Ilo Sabes. Here... I guess I don't speak enough Spanish. I don't know exactly what he said. Glitch that SOB with a bow. I'm not gonna glitch him. I can kill him. It won't necessarily be fast. If you're really, really impatient with challenge runners, then you probably don't want to watch this. Holy fuck, did I just do something really stupid? I duped those, and I haven't died 100 times. I bet you I took my duped ones and left them and put them down, dropped them somewhere in order to, because you have to have only one when you dupe something, and I don't think I can buy anymore. I don't think anybody sells those.
Well, dude.
Man, I don't even cheat well. I am truly the Scrub Lord. I don't have another one either. I think I used the last one. Oh no, wait a minute. Is that the problem that I'm not I'm not withdrawing, I'm depositing? Well, first let's deposit anything we don't need. I don't need that. 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 Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. God, I got a lot of shit on here that I don't need. I don't need that. I don't need that, because I've got two of them. Okay. Oh yeah, I got plenty of these. I was just being a dope. Take out 20 of these.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
You can't get... You don't summon on an SL1. You guys... this character is a level 1 character that I'm trying to beat the game with a level 1 character. See? Soul level 1. That would be pointless to summon. If I were going to summon, I'd just take a bunch of levels and kill him the easy way by having a lot of levels. I don't have any problems beating this boss at regular levels. I also know there's a cheese strat, and I actually let's explore that, because I'd like to know where it is. Someone told me where it is, but I've never actually used it, so we'll give it a shot here and see what happens. But I don't want to kill it with a cheese strat. I just want to see that the location works for future reference, or if I actually do give up on beating these guys. I don't see it happening, though. I've managed to kill one of them, and I haven't tried that many times, so it's just a matter of either getting a little bit of decent RNG or getting better at dodging these guys without dodging myself right off the edge of the map, or the bridge. The UI is old-fashioned. One. It's a 10-year-old game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7. Oh, I wanted to stop there. I mean, it's not quite 10 years old. I want to say this is 2009. We're at 2017, so that's 8 years old. And it is the first Souls game, so, you know, there wasn't a huge budget for this game. It was taken over by Miyazaki, half finished, I guess, and he kind of put his mark on it, and the rest is history. But it's basically the birth of Souls. So it's not perfect, and you can't expect it to be perfect. It's a first try, and they did a damn good job for a first try, but it's still a first try. And it's fairly short. I think we were under 10 hours here at level 1. So, you know, that's... Okay, so I think that the cheese strat is you have to use magic on them. Really? He fucking blocked me there? Okay, and you go out on this ledge here. Okay, maybe that cheese strat does not work at SL1. Maybe that's a cheese strat for regular levels, because you can just keep healing up while you're sitting on this ledge, but he can't use any physical attacks. He can only use magic attacks. But the problem with that is, at level 1, you don't have enough health to absorb all those magic attacks either. I'll do it one more time. Maybe I just got unlucky if I would have been facing him. Well, wait a minute. I'm going to have to lock on. He's going to pull me off that ledge. Fuck it. At any rate, supposedly that's the ledge. You can go out on that ledge and cheese him from there, but I'm not even going to bother. Because I'm not going to use that strat anyway. I kind of wanted to see what it was and where it was. And there's even an item out on the ledge to kind of indicate, kind of hint to you that you can go out there. What's the difference between the regular version and the Phantom version? I'm not sure. I've never heard of a Phantom version. I don't think there's any gameplay differences in any of the versions, and there aren't any DLCs, so it's not like a whatever. But, like, when you see a Prepared to Die version of Dark Souls 1, that's just the PC version. It's not any different. So maybe it's just a gimmicky name that they gave it. Doesn't actually change the game at all. Damn, I got a lot of spice. You don't even have to dupe that shit. You get so much from this run. I should have duped that grass when I was back at the Nexus. Although this one gives you full health too. The other one. Okay, I'm going to be more serious here. I'm not going to goof around on anything. I'm just going to do it as it seems to work. What the fuck? Unfucking believable. And I was doing this earlier, and if you dodge to the left, you can avoid that. And he's got a hitbox there. Okay, it was working. I mean, when I was dodging to the right, he was hitting me with that punch. And then when I started dodging to the left, he didn't. And now I dodged to the left, and he wrecked me. And then he did the overhead one. That one is always going to fuck me up. And there's good reason for that, because I'm a panic dodger. And it's delayed to punish panic dodgers. It's also why I can't parry for shit. And it's also why I suck at the dancer. I can kill the Nameless King at SL1 much easier than the dancer. Or Madeir. I can kill the Madeir or Gale easier than the dancer. The dancer is like one of the hardest bosses for me. And Soul of Cinder. Because he's got a lot of delayed attacks too. He'll like raise up his sword and you dodge and he just waits a second and then slams it down where you quit your dodge. And that just fucks me up every time. trash weapon. It's an SL1. Jeez. I'm using what weapons I have available to me. It is a decent fire weapon, and it is plus 10. If you're complaining about the damage I'm doing, it's because I'm SL1. So yeah, I'm not getting any scaling benefit, but the weapon itself, I don't think there's anything wrong with. It's a fire weapon, which is good against these guys. Should I try it with a shield? Can you even block these guys? They've got a lot of different attacks. The magic ones, I'm sure you can't block. Can you block the punches? If I used a plus 10 rapier instead, would I be able to block the punches? I'm thinking that they'd stun me. But we can do it. Just for shits and giggles. Let's see what happens if we try to block this guy's punches. So I'm not even going to try to dodge here. I'm going to block him. Okay, that does pretty similar damage, whether you're, Oh, that was... I was supposed to block him there. What the fuck is he doing now? I'm not doing shit for damage. Okay, so the rapier is shit. Even if I could block, it wouldn't do me any good. Yeah. Yeah, blocking is dumb here. Well, that's not a trash weapon, obviously. Cheese. The weapon I was using was doing probably 3 times as much damage to the boss as a plus 10 rapier, so we'll skip that experiment. There's nothing wrong with the weapon. Dragon longsword plus 5. Thank you. Hey, what did he just drop me? I clicked through it. Do they drop stones? It almost looked like stones of ephemeral eyes. Do they drop them? Because that would be really interesting to know as far as like if you wanted to do this without using any duping. I'm not sure where you would farm the stones, in order to try to keep yourself at full health. Because, I mean, it's hard enough to do an SL1. I mean, look at my health bar. That's obviously without the cling ring, but... Oops. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just glitch that fucker. Why would I glitch it? I mean, what's the point in doing a challenge run if you're gonna glitch it? I don't know, I want to kill him fair and square. Although I guess you'd say, well, then what's the point in duping shit? I don't feel bad about duping things, because all it does is saves me time that I don't need to farm. So, I mean, in my mind, the duping, you know, especially with an almost 10-year-old game, it's just whatever. Shave a couple hours off your gameplay, that's fine. It's not going to make the boss any easier. Yeah, I dodge for shit. I'm not gonna deny that. It has to do with the lock on, I guess. And fucker. And the mechanics of this game and how janky some of this shit is. And how I can't fucking lock on. See, I can't even see what the fuck is going on half the time. And that does have a lot to do. There's no doubt in my mind, if I were capable of doing this without locking on, it would be easier. But I just can't do it. I get messed up. I'm turning around. I can't see where the boss is ever. I can't do it. I have to get used to the mechanics while locked on. And I was doing better earlier, so I don't know what's going wrong here. Although the game supposedly gets harder, right? The more you die. So maybe as I'm approaching Black World Tendency or whatever, it just keeps getting harder. And that's fine. Thanks, Thimmelin. I need some moral support here. Was it a Mercury Stone? It kind of looked like when I clicked through it. You're right. They do drop Mercury Stones. It kind of looked like it had a texture similar to. Is there any way to farm stones with ephemeral eyes? Probably gonna tell me, yeah. Plague babies drop them 1 out of every 100 times. It's like, oh well, that's useless. Would I just run up? I keep doing this. Run past my pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am killing him with fire. It's a fire longsword. Or it's a dragon longsword. And then when they fly up in the air, then I switch to flame toss. And this seems to be the best spell I can use at SL1. There's a fireball spell, but it takes 2 attunement slots. I don't know if attunement slot is the right term in this game, but in Souls parlance, it takes 2 attunement spots, and I only have 1. So it seems like this is the best. Look at how many fresh spice I've picked up. I've got 68 of them now. Nope. Oh, can you dodge backwards on that? Well, if you time it right anyway. Stand up! I'm stuck in the fucking... I was stuck in the fog or something. It's like I could not dodge out. Jesus, this is getting worse and worse. I mean, gee, the first couple times I fought him, it seemed like this was going to go fairly smoothly. And now we're to like 20 tries, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Is that the mechanics of the game? Is that because it's moving towards Black World Tendency? Or is that just because, I don't know, I'm getting frustrated and fucking up and dodging like shit and whatnot? I haven't... You know what? My ring changes have not helped me any. I'm certain of that. I'm positive of it. So I'm going to take that off right off the bat. go back to the rings that I had on before. I was wearing the cling ring, which isn't doing me a shit of good, and I was wearing the the fragrant ring. I suppose if I know the cling ring isn't doing me any good, the regenerator's ring isn't going to hurt me. I'll do that. You can get stones. Are you planning on beating the entire game at SL1? Yeah, I've beaten, I mean, if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see I beat games at low levels. That's what I do. Are you planning on beating the entire game? You can get Stone of Ephemeralize infinitely from Woman Vendor in Valley of Defilement, but she only allows you to buy one at a time. Oh, really? Is that like in that kind of like ruined ramshackle area outside the mosquito boss? Whatever it's called? Seems to me like there's a witch or something in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My alarm clock's going off. Sorry guys, I was hoping this stream would be more eventful. I didn't think I'd get this badly stuck at a boss, but this will be the hardest boss of the run so far. Before this, everything's been fairly easy, although I struggle with the armored spider of all bosses. I mean, not that the armored spider is easy, but I expected Flame Lurker to be the difficult one. And I used magic, just used soul arrows on him and took him out on the first try, so it was kind of anticlimactic. I can't remember. There isn't a bonfire anywhere near there though. You'd have to go all the way through the swamp just to buy that one stone. And they're probably not cheap either, are they? That doesn't seem very effective. You can just dupe them. Do you know how to dupe stuff? I'll dupe something if you want to see what the method for duping things is. You can make like 200 of them just by duping them. Take you 30 seconds. See how that worked? Maybe I didn't dodge like a scrub though. Oh yes. What the fuck? Alright, the mechanics of this game are just fucking shit. This fight, I swear to God. It's like, okay, so this fight, we're going to fight Smo and Ornstein. And we're going to fight them on a narrow ledge so that you can't dodge away from them. And they're just going to randomly shove you off into the abyss. I am getting closer to the point where I go, maybe grabbing a crossbow and cheesing one through the fog gate isn't such a bad idea. But I'd really like to beat these guys, and I'm sorry if people find that boring. I'd like to beat them the proper way, though. I don't want to cheese them on a ledge. I don't want to cheese one through the fog gate. I want to figure out a method that works for me, where I can beat them with a level 1 character, and it doesn't take me 100 tries. And right now, I'm feeling like there's just a lot of RNG that you're going to have to work through every single time you fight this boss, and that's a bad thing. Oh, the cost increases with your soul level? That's awesome. That's kind of like sinning in the other games when you're playing a level 1 character. It's kind of like, eh. It's so. If you actually had reason to, remove your sin, it doesn't cost you anything. I'm getting disappointed here that I was to the point where I was able to kill one of them, and now I'm not even getting close. I'm not even doing any damage to the very first one, and I'm not sure the reason for that. I've got a couple different. Maybe no. It might be me, it might be the game getting harder, I don't know. Does anybody know how much world tendency and how much you die affects? Like, is it pretty dramatic that the game, enemies start doing a lot more damage and everything? Because when I started this stream 2 hours ago, I was doing decent against this boss, and now I'm not getting anywhere. Look at this fucking shit. Oh my god. And she stands up so slowly. What? I don't get it. I honestly, I do not fucking get that. I dodged one direction, and it's like my character reversed and stood right in front of him. How? Why? What's the mechanic that causes you to do that? He didn't move, so it wasn't a change in the direction or the location of the targeting reticule. It's like I dodged one direction, and my character even started moving in that direction, and then just stayed standing in front of him. There didn't seem to be any logic to it whatsoever. Okay, so the problem here is that I'm in Black World Tendency, but that's not affecting the mechanics of the game. That's just affecting the amount of damage that these guys are doing. And they're not one-shotting me. And yes, I've died 7 times in a row, easily. That's also why I'm not using any more Swordgrass, I suppose. Or New Moon Grass, Swordgrass. That's from Dark Souls 3. So what you're saying is that it's not going to get any harder from here, though. This is as hard as it's going to get. So I'm Pure Black, World Tendency, SL1. Well, the dodging around him isn't working. Okay, so let's try to rethink that then. You can't run up to him, you have to bait out his attacks. We'll try that. A little bit of a change in strategy here. I got a strategy for this guy, though. Stop at the 7th pillar and wait for him to turn around. Easy peasy. The weird thing is, though, I feel like I want to get behind this guy, and if I don't try to strafe him or dodge around him, I'm going to be always facing him, and I'm not sure if that's going to help me. Unless I switch to pure magic, and I feel like I'm doing a lot more damage with this weapon than I am when I switch to my magic. But we'll give it a shot, see what happens here. I'm getting more souls, too. I was getting 990. Did you get more souls in Black World Tendency? Okay, I'm gonna stand in front of him and bait out attacks. Oh no, not that one. Okay, stand in front of him. Nope. Look at that. Look at how I swing around him when I dodge. It's just ridiculous. Okay, bait out an attack. Punch. Bait out an attack. Punch. Where'd he go? Switch to magic. Shoot him. That was kind of funny. He flew right into it. Oops. Nope. Nope. Fucked up camera. Where's he at? There he is. This is where he got me before. Yeah, I couldn't move before either. Okay, so don't back up against the fog wall because it obscures your vision and he's just going to fuck you. He's going to charge you twice and you're not going to be able to even dodge out of the way of it. Even if you could dodge in the proper direction, you're not going to be able to. He's just going to bowl you over. Randomly. He might not. He might run over you once and then punch you over. So he doesn't have to bowl you over, but he's going to kill you. But that did work a little bit better. In that I wasn't so fucked by the camera if I stayed in, or tried to stay in front of him at least. The world tendency that, oh yeah, I am in pure black. Look at that though. That is kind of funny if you look at this. So, I mean, this is all the same SL1 here, and that's not pure white in Boletarian Palace, but it's pretty white. I only took a few deaths. Stonefang Tunnel looks pretty good. That looks pretty neutral. Okay, let's see what people are saying here. Barendra, is this NG+? No, this is an SL1. I'm playing this game with a level 1 character. And you can see the character there. Yes, you do, and more drops. So you get more drops and more souls when you play in Black World Tendency. That's interesting to know. As long as you don't leave the level, your deaths won't affect tendency, but once you leave, the effect occurs. Since you left a few times, your tendency should be different. I guess I'm not completely following that, but I believe that you obviously know what you're talking about. Something about leaving and coming back then changes the tendency. So if I stay in the level the entire time and I don't ever leave, the tendency is kind of set. And as I leave the level, then it resets according to the number of deaths. Is that how I'm interpreting that? There's only one way to know. Pause the game and check it. We did that. If you want a semi-cheese strategy, first cut off his tail as normal, then go to that little ledge and use magic. Okay, so he can't use magic while his tail is cut off, but he can still fly around. I was thinking it was the other way around. When you cut off his tail, he couldn't fly, but he could use magic. There you go. I've got a tip for this. Might be ASS Duo, OSS Duo, OP Duo, if you'd like it. Boss Duo. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm all up for tips. I know there's a few ways that I've killed this with a regularly leveled character, not a level 1. I tried to kind of play a ring around the rosy with them at the central torch lamp bonfire thing. 5, 6, 7. I also had a method where I would go from basically from end to end on the fog gates, and it seems like one of them always catches. One of them's always a little bit in front of the other one, so you have a little bit of time to attack one, and then when the other one gets there, then you run back to the other fog gate, wait, and just rinse, repeat on that. The problem is I'm not even getting to the second. Now that I've hit pure black, I'm not even getting to the second maneater anymore, and that's obviously a problem. If you enter a level with all the stuff you need, then you're better off staying in it till you're done. Yeah, but I ran out of stones, and I'm probably going to have to leave again, but it won't matter because I'm already in pure black. And it's going to be easier to learn this boss if I keep duping the eyes, and all the bosses, in fact, if I keep duping the eyes so that I'm always full health, because it just basically allows you to take more hits. You're... Okay. If you back... That's interesting. Okay, that's not... Okay, so if you... When he does his charge attack, if you dodge backwards, he doesn't hit you. And that makes a big difference because when I dodge side to side is when it does the janky shit. Like you just don't know which way you're dodging. Like you'll just stay in the center or you'll dodge even in the completely wrong direction. I think that has to do with the boss's... The targeting reticule's position relative to you. So as he moves around, and he moves around quite quickly, you suddenly dodge the direction you didn't expect to because he's not where you expected him to be, basically. But if you dodge frontwards or backwards, it should be pretty consistent, I think. But I could be wrong on that too. But on the boss, hit that sucker as much as you can. Apparently the second one comes in based on a timer, so take as much. Yeah, and that's what we were doing earlier. And that's how it looked like I was going to be able to finish this fight. That's back when we were not in Black World Tendency, though. It was going much, much more smoothly. Much as possible to try to get him gone before the second one showed up. I never actually managed to do that. But I got him close several times and was able to take him out as a result. Wait a minute. Did I count that right? Or am I one too far? I think I'm one too far. This looks right. We'll see where he stops. No, I was in the right place originally. I don't want to waste all my stamina here. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna have so much of that spice. What have I killed that guy about 25, 30 times now? Let's now let's try that one more time, and then I'm maybe gonna try a magic run. Well, I'm not gonna get invaded at level 1. If you've got a level 1 character, you're welcome to invade me. But you're probably going to kill me because I suck at PvP in all Souls games. See, look at that. If you dodge backwards, he doesn't hit you. Oh, this is what I want. Oh, shit. Really? Haha! I think I got something on this guy now. Well, that was poor decision on my part. Hey! I dodged that. Thought I dodged that too. Heal up. Go back to my sword. Or don't. Come on up here, fucker. Oh shit! I knew he was coming too. I just didn't see him. He usually comes from the other direction, so it's fairly easy to see him coming. Okay, so run all the way to this end. Let's switch back to the sword. Hey, why the fuck did my guy turn around? It's so irritating. Oh my fuck! Dude, I fucking had that. Okay, so, but you know what? That proves that this is doable at Black World Tendency with a level 1. I very easily could have taken out that second one. If I can keep them as one at a time, these guys can go down. I know they can. And why the fuck is my... Why does it do that? I shouldn't ever have that shield on my left, and I know I'm not hitting my D-pad to hit that left. There wouldn't be any reason I would ever change to a shield. We already discovered that the shield is completely fucking worthless. But dodging backwards seems to work well. And someone even said that earlier. So I apologize to whoever told me dodge backwards. I apparently was not thinking through the strategy and why you were telling me that. But dodging backwards is actually superior. Dodging to the side is janky, it's funky, the mechanics of the game are fucked up, so you don't know which way you're going to go. But when you dodge backwards, it seems much, much more effective. Whoop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can all invade you here. Well, you have to be low enough level to invade me, though. Oh, wait a minute. I'm offline anyways. And I'm... Oh, because I had my... I hardwire my PS3 and my PS4. And I was probably playing some Dark Souls 3. I decided to see if I could invade anyone. See if any other SL1s were hanging around. It was pretty funny. I had to do a double take because I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the hell? Because I was thinking it was an NPC or something, but I'm like, there's no NPC here. The sword does a lot more damage than the magic. Okay, I need to... Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, here's the problem with... Here's the problem with the front end. There's no punish. Like, I could punish this. Oh, what the fuck? Come on. There we go. see what I'm talking about? You can't punish it because he lines you up for another attack. See, I'll run in here and try to punish, and you're lined up for another attack. That's the only thing you can punish is when he does the dash. Then, because you're behind him, you can get, well, you can get one attack anyway. Don't ask me what happened there. I wasn't locked on. Apparently, if you're going to do the back up, you need to be locked on, which makes me feel good because that's the only thing I'm good at. I lost that lock on, and when I tried to dodge backwards from him, he just rolled me over. Possibly, it just changes the positioning very slightly. But that was good again. I almost killed him the first one anyway. And I did it in good time. And I know not to try to run up and punish him when he does the punches, because he always has a response for that. Unless you can roll into the punches. So maybe there's two directions that you need to roll in order to beat this boss. You roll away from him when he charges, and you roll into him when he punches. Is that possible? No, because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to roll into him when he punches, and he's going to be doing that overhead slam, and he's going to one-shot me, because that one is the only one-shot he's got. And I'm a scrub, and I'm going to dodge early, because I'll panic roll. So let's just stick to what we know, and that's the dodging backwards. 4, 5, 6, 7. The dodging backwards from his charge puts you behind him and allows you to take 1 or 2 hits. We know that. Come on, sweetheart. Some more of that spice. I'm really getting low. I've only got like 150 of them now. Sorry, Phantom. It's kind of boring to watch someone work through an SL1 strategy, I know. What I should have done was watch the Lobos video and seen what strategy he was using, so I didn't have to work it out on my own. But I'm working it out on my own, and we'll get it figured out. And once you do get it figured out, the thing is it makes the fight infinitely easier at regular level, because you're like, if I figured out how to do this without getting hit at all, really, when next time I fight this guy at regular level, it's going to seem like a joke. See you later, guys. See that right there? Come on, charge me. Charge me. That one I can punish. Okay, there's a mistake I need to learn. Tail. Come on, charge. Ah, shit. Run. What the fuck? Oh man, I thought I had that. Okay, so we're gonna stick to this. How? Really? Go. Go. Hopefully the weak one gets to me first here. Nope. What the fuck? You son of a bitch. Have I still got mana? Yes. It's the wrong fucking one again. Oh my god. I felt like I dodged that, and I know I didn't. That wasn't the game's fault. There he goes. Okay, so back to the sword. I do more damage with this sword. Where is he? Is he standing on the other side of the... It's like he lost track of me. I can see him up there. Do I have him glitched out? No. Holy fuck. Come down. Really? Is this guy the same? Are they identical, or is the second one like harder or have more health or anything? I don't think so. I think they're the same. Oh my fucking god. I felt like I dodged that the same, but maybe I was a little nervous because I had it to the second phase and I dodged a little early. Alright, but that's how you kill him. I've got it now. It's just a matter of getting a little bit more adept at the performance and not dodging too early, and maybe getting a little bit of good RNG along the way. But I've got the method down. I think that's clearly the method to do it. And I still take 2 swings at this guy like a dumbass. I'm sorry, I looked down at chat. What would you use in your magic run? I'd use this flame thing, but I do so much more damage with my sword. I'd rather use the sword, not only because I feel like Flame Lurker was too easy with magic. Now that's not going to be the case with these guys. I've already tried magic. It's not like it made them easy. But I would rather kill them with a sword than with magic any day. In fact, in Dark Souls 3, I have never cast a single sorcery. Ever. Not on any build, with any character, have I ever cast a sorcery. And that's not like a critique of sorcery, like I'm saying, oh, people who use sorcery are bad. I try not to. I like to play the game with a sword and shield, or just a sword, depending on, the circumstances. I just feel more accomplished when I kill stuff without casting spells at it. Even if it takes me 150 tries, as you're seeing. Although, it hasn't been that. Although we're approaching 30, I bet. But, I mean, it's pure Black World tendency, and I'm SL1, so it's going to be hard. It's just... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, where's my girlfriend at? I'm gonna spend 3 hours before work here trying to kill one fucking boss. But, once I get it down, then I have a better understanding of this boss, and if I ever do it again, it's not going to be so hard. That's how this works. Like, it took me a long time to kill Madeir and Gale with an SL1, but I can go there and stream them now, and I kill them the first, I'd say, no more than 5 tries. Just because I understand their moveset better, I've got a strategy to deal with them. Gale's third phase is kind of tricky, but once you get it down, you've got it down. Okay, so do this again. Bait out the charges. There we go. Good. Got his tail already. Bait out the charges. Now, if you're in front of him when he charges, after he charges, I mean. So ignore that. Ignore that. Attack that. Ooh, I almost ran off the ledge. Oh, that was a bad one. Okay, when he flies, switch to magic. Nope, back to sword. What the fuck, man? Can I attack that one? Where's he at? Charge. Charge. Ha. Fucker, go! I got the other one on my ass. Oh, I almost went off the edge. You fucker. Alright. So same method. I'm not changing my method at all here. Bait out the charges. Not that. Charges. Oh, see, I dodged too early, and I know I dodged too early. That I... Fuck me! Fuck me! Oh my god! That was a panic roll. That was absolutely a panic roll. I saw him take both his arms above his head and said, I'm not, because that's a little bit longer attack. He's got a bigger hitbox for that. And I said to myself, I'm going to need to dodge back twice here. And I felt as though I was dodging down the bridge corridor straight, but apparently not. Dodged right off the fucking ledge. And I panic dodged once earlier too, and that almost killed me. But I got this. I got this figured out. That doesn't mean I'm going to get it next try, but it means that I've got it. I understand my strategy for this fight. And it is most definitely bait the charges and dodge directly backwards. Alright, let me take a break here. I'm shaking a little bit. Well, I'm not taking a break. I'll look at the chat and see what people are saying. Man, that theme's so good. Kill this fucker. Thank you, I'm trying. Masterful maneater manipulation. I'm not sure I'd call it that, but R.I.P. Yeah. You got this. I do. I feel like I feel like this strategy is going to work. It's just a matter of executing it from front to finish. Because that first one I took down really fast, and was able to kill him before I even had to flee from the second one. So I think the strategy is right. And of course, it's a strategy you can use with any level character. It doesn't have to be an SL1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stop. And it is kind of fun when you go back through a game. Oh, he already turned around. Oh, that's because I stopped to read the chat. This will be the run. I just got here. What do you think about DES in general? I like Demon Souls, but I wouldn't say that I'm like the super. Oh, Demon Souls is the greatest. I love the kind of the nostalgia of coming back here, and I also love looking at this game from the perspective of how it affected the progression. It was like the start. It was the base. It was the foundation of the Souls series, which I really, really love. So while I don't think that Demon Souls is a perfect game, I think that anybody who really likes Souls games should do themselves a favor and play this game. There are some things you're going to get frustrated with. Obviously, I've been complaining about the camera, but you know what? We just got done with Dark Souls 3, Ring City SL1, and you know what I was complaining about? The fucking camera. So sometimes I think maybe the camera monster is not an accident. It's like From said, okay, well, if you want to lock on, that's fine. It's kind of like summoning. Well, if you want to summon, we're going to make you open for invasion. Well, if you want to lock on, we're going to fuck your world. You're going to be dodging every which fucking way that you don't think you're dodging, and that's just your punishment for locking on. But fuck it, I'm going to lock on anyway. I really, really like Demon Souls, though. I think it's a great game. I don't think it's the best of the Souls games. I'm not one of those people. Oh, he's gonna do this right away, huh? See that? Did he fly off on me already? Fucker. Oh, he's behind me. There he is. How did I miss both of those, you guys? You're watching the same game I am, right? Oh, I'm not going to be able to kill him fast this time. Oop. What the fuck was that? Oh, I'm surprised I didn't dodge off the ledge there. God damn it. Speaking of camera fucks, I just got done complaining about how we're still complaining about the cameras in Dark Souls 3. This is almost as bad of a camera fuckage as I can come up with. I know people complain about Madeir, but if you look at my if you look at my YouTube page, you can see I came up with a way of not dealing with Madeir's camera. This is ridiculous, though. Man, there's a lot of people in here. That's just putting the pressure on. Now I feel all nervous. Like, oh man, all these people are watching. You're still scrubbing it up. Come on, kill him already. That's probably just going to make it worse. I should just ignore it. But thanks for anybody who stopped in. Leave a like and it'll attract even more people. You guys can talk to each other then, because I'm not reading the chat enough. Because I'm focused. But I do feel as though I've come up with a good strategy here. It's just a matter of executing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a good strategy too. I came up with a little while ago. Go to the 7th pillar, wait for him to come down. He will stop at the 10th, run up and wreck him from behind. Works every time. All right. I can't use a bow, actually, Anas, because this is a level 1 character. I'm doing this game at level 1. And I don't think there's any bows available, but I probably could use a crossbow. But for anybody just showing up now who's wondering what I'm doing and why I'm dying over and over, this is a level 1 character. And someone also pointed out that I am in pure black world tendency because I've died so many times. So we're taking a world black tendency level 1 character through the maneaters, which is, I know, one of the harder bosses in the game. So it's no surprise that this has been very difficult. But I will get through it. I think I've got a good strategy. And that world black tendency, or that black world tendency, is going to follow me basically into the old monk, isn't it? Because it'll change a little bit, but it's not like it'll completely reverse the black, right? And it's we're at about 30 tries now because I started out with 13. I got 3 more, so we're at like 26 or 27 tries now. So it's taken a while to do this too. Okay, back up. Here we go. Good boy. Oh my God, you fuck! Oh shit. What the fuck? I changed my sword! There we go. Back up. Charge. That was not a charge. Hey! I fucking tried to heal. Why am I not healing? Alright, come on. This is not going to be a good run. That other one's going to show up any second. I dodged too early. That was my fault. Can't complain about that one. That was a double dodge. I almost dodged right off the fucking cliff again. Come on, charge. Not sure exactly how that works. Okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh, really? I changed my weapons and I do a backstep? That was nice. Charge. 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 Okay, run all the way to the other end and one of them gets to you first. Hopefully it's the weakened one. Here we go. Charge. Oh, come on. Oh, he flew off. Fuck. I'm gonna run past. I know I could have taken a couple swipes at that guy, but I wanna get them one at a time. I think that's the effective strategy for doing this. One at a time. There he is. Fucker, come back. Haha. Alright, here comes the other one. Let's meet him in here. Let's try to not fuck this up. What the fuck? I want to get around him. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. I dodged around that fucker, and it just completely switched my character. You know, at that point, I don't even feel like that's a performance issue. It's just a fuckage. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You know what to do. It's just RNG is just fucking you over. You get backed up against, you dodge one direction and you like standing in place like you're dodging two directions at once, and then he bowls you over and knocks you right off the cliff. What are you gonna do? Now I'm getting salty. I'm sorry, people. I get salty when I get mad. And I didn't even get as close on that one as the one previous to it when I really felt like I could kill him. And that really kind of frustrated the hell out of me. And it's almost 9 o'clock, so I've got like 40 minutes to kill this boss before I have to go to work. And that's going to really annoy me if I don't get this before I go to work, because it's going to mean I spent like the last 3 hours accomplishing... Well, I wouldn't say I didn't accomplish anything. I've got a strategy now. I didn't have any strategy at all coming in. Alright. Those are scary deaths. Pretty much... I did get tossed off the cliff, and that's what's really frustrating me, because I feel like it's so random. I would say it's more than a little above average Otavio, but I am in agreement that sometimes people go a little overboard in praising this game. You know, they kind of act like it's perfect, and it's got a lot of flaws. The camera monster being the camera boss being one of them, and the camera boss comes in a whole lot. It's not just this fight. And some of the levels, even the cameras could just be so janky, and your vision is obscured because you walk behind a pillar, and all of a sudden you just can't see anything. And you know, they made a lot of improvements. From Software has built a lot upon this game over the course of the years to make a better game. I think I'm not going to say anything too controversial, like every time they made a game that was better, because I know a lot of people do not like Dark Souls 2. I think Dark Souls 2 has its positives and its weaknesses, but I also would say that it is the game that I tend to put the least amount of time into. I gotta quit doing that. You know, when you attack him on the side... Oh, I hate it when he does that. It's so random, too. He doesn't do it very often. Where you at, buddy? Come on. Take that. Get off. What's even worse with the camera is when you're locked onto him when he's in the air, because he can kind of swing around and swirl your camera in a circle. And the problem with that is you don't have any choice, because I cannot free shoot my spells. Maybe I should just skip it. Maybe I should not try to shoot him at all. Although that's the times that I've managed to get him gone were when I combined magic while he was flying and swords while he was on the ground. So I hate to move away from that method and just go sword only. But the sword only, or the sword is the more effective weapon against him. It's doing a lot more damage. And even though the camera is fucking with me, it's fucking with me even more when I switch to my catalyst. And not doing as much damage to boot. See you later, Raphael. Thanks for stopping in. And then doing both Black World events. Well, wait a minute. Let me get this guy set. Check out what you're doing there. I wouldn't mind finding a way. And you know, in a way, I'm glad I'm doing this at Pure Black though, because if this is as hard as it gets, and I learn how to do it as hard as it gets, SL1 Pure Black World Tendency, melee only, then you can do it anyway. There's nothing that's going to trip you up after that. Anyways, and then doing both black events would have shifted from Pure Black World Tendency to Pure White World Tendency without the added step of killing another boss. I'm not sure what the other events were. There's a Yurt in here. Maybe if you kill Yurt, you get a white, because he is evil. I'm going to say there's 2 NPCs in here. I didn't bother with either one of them, because I'm just trying to beat the game with a level 1 character. I'm not worrying about world tendencies and kind of secret items and all that kind of jazz, because I can't use most of the secret stuff anyways. Like, isn't there an armor that's like stupid heavy that you need pure white world tendency and you get it in 1-1? Well, I mean, what am I going to do with that? It's not going to do me any good. I'm going to have to go back and get more of these stones if I don't kill them in the next couple tries. I feel like any try could be the try, though. Like, I've got the strategy down. It's just a matter of executing and getting a little bit of good RNG. That was totally me. See that? What the fuck was that? Come on, charge me. Alright, I don't get that. That was a good charge. I'm not sure why that is occasionally failing on me. Can I hit him like this? Oh shit. He's kind of like a lot of other bosses in that he's engineered so that his attack animations are faster than your heal animations. So if you heal, he can kill you before you actually have a chance to heal. But it's weird because he usually gives you a chance to heal. But like the Dancer's infamous for that. She'll change up. Actually, you know who's the worst, I think? Well, no, that wouldn't be. The Dancer's pretty bad that if you're not a far enough distance away from the Dancer, she'll punish you for pulling out a heal. She'll even cancel out of her current animation in order to punish you. But I think the worst in the entire series is probably Ludwig. He has that one real long jump swipe, and even though the heal animation in Bloodborne is so much faster than it is in any of the Souls games, he will leap all the way across the arena and kill you just kind of randomly if you pull out a blood vial. Just like, rah, boom. You're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay under them and that spell won't hit you. Also, they can't cast that when the tail is removed. Now the brushwood armor is quite dapper. Yeah, unfortunately, it is. Is that what it's called? The brushwood? That sounds familiar. I wanted to say the hawkwood armor, but I know I'm getting that mixed up with DS3. Is hawkwood DS3? Now I'm getting that. Try bow and arrow. No. I can't use any bows. I'm only level 1. I don't think you can use bows in Demon Souls at level 1. You can't in the other games. You can use them once you get the knight and or some dex rings in Dark Souls 3. But for the most part, I just use crossbows when I'm playing level 1. And I don't use them much at all either. I like to cheese the King of the Storm with a lightning crossbow, the knight's crossbow and lightning bolts. Just because I know it's cheese, but I don't give a fuck because that's like this. It's just a camera nightmare. Oh, I dodged too early on that. The fuck? It's really random when he does that. It can completely wreck you. Did he just charge from the air? Alright, this run is fucked. Did you guys see what happened there and why I'm talking about why this camera is such a pain in the dick? He charged at me and I was facing him and I backed up, but because he went at an angle, when I actually dodged, I dodged straight off the cliff. And how am I on my Old Spice? Alright. See underneath them. Playing without shield is the way. Yeah. The shield didn't do anything. I did try a shield. It didn't do anything against these bosses. None of their attacks are blockable, really. Oh! I don't know if you noticed that. I had the crisp blade out, so I was doing nerf damage. That guy should only take 2 hits. Oh, 30 minutes. I gotta do this. I bet you if we were back in pure white world tendency, I'd have this done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Try bow and arrow. People keep telling me use a bow and arrow. Hugo, it's a level 1 character. Show you again. If some people just showed up, this is a level 1 character. You can't use a bow. And I'm trying not to cheese this. And it's pure black world tendency. So it's hard. Oh, I need some fresh juice. Forrest, run! I'm gonna have to run back to the Nexus to get more healing items and more stones. Okay. I'm gonna try to sprint to him to get more room here to start. See, that was my bad. I totally dodged too early. Fuck me! I dodged the side. I don't know how it is that I dodged mostly sideways, but also some backwards. I don't understand the mechanics. And I don't know how to fix it. Other than to not lock on, and if I weren't locked on, this would be going even worse. So... maybe I'll get to the point where it's like I don't do that because I've done it so many times that I kind of understand when I'm prone to falling. But at the moment, it just seems completely random. Whether I actually dodge to the side or side and a little back or to the side and then back to the center. It all seems dependent on the boss's positioning and where the targeting reticule is. Shit, I wasn't fucking counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't own a PS4. I'd like to play Neo. I like Neo. I thought Neo was a good game. The magic in Neo is completely fucking broken. And if you want to see an example of that, go to my YouTube page and look for a Neo video that I made probably 2 months ago that says magic or no magic. And I think I make a pretty good argument for why they need to fix it. And I guess they did already fix it, but I've been back and playing. I played a little bit of Neo when the DLC came back, of course, and it's still kind of broken. Neo, basically, if you play it like a Dark Souls game, sword and board kind of, well, they don't have shields, but, you know, just sticking to your weapon is an awesome game. It's very, very difficult. At times more difficult than Souls. It's very fast. It's kind of got a Bloodborne feel. As soon as you start using magic like Sloth and Devigorate and Invigorate, and you can just basically use all kinds of ninjutsu and living weapon and this and that, the game turns into a complete joke. You can kill the hardest bosses in the game in 10 seconds. And I don't know why they did that. It maybe was to avoid too much of the criticism. Whoa, shit. It maybe was because there was so much criticism over how hard the game was that they decided to nerf it down a little. Really? Where you at? Come on. See that shit? I mean, that's just fucking unbelievable. And I just tried to heal, and I did nothing. Why is he being so difficult? You know what? I just realized something. When that was a dodge. That was absolutely a dodge. When I pull out my bow, or my magic, that's when he goes ahead and lands. I've got both of them on my ass. This is not good. I want to stick to the sword here. Get all the way to the other end. See, this is a shit run, too. I mean, I should be way farther along, and they're together. I didn't get any respite from them this time. Can I just sprint past them? Usually one of them shows up a lot earlier than the other. If you run to the other end. See this guy. The other one isn't even showing up. Not yet, anyway. Come on, give me a charge. It's not a charge. One more. Charge. Fuck it. Okay, so that yellow charge up apparently gives them double magic damage. Because I can survive that. It only takes about half my health when they do that circle thing on me. Oh, I have to go back. I'm almost out of healing, and I'm totally out of stones. Oh, did you try the PvP yet? Are you talking to me? No, I don't PvP in any Souls games ever. How about fighting center? The problem with fighting in the center is at SL1. Oh, I didn't even take much damage there. The problem with fighting in the center is at SL1, you take so much damage, and yes, you can kind of play ring around the rosy with those two guys, but they're going to hit you. And I have done that at regular level, and it worked out pretty well. It has not been very effective. At SL1.
You have a heart of gold.
I gotta deposit all this spice, or I can just give it away if I can't deposit it. I've got way too much spice. I've got way too much of all this shit. I don't need that. I don't need that. 94 I've collected of those damn things. I can't even deposit it.
You have a heart of gold.
You know what? I'm just going to drop those. All they're doing is taking up encumbrance. I don't need all these either. Why won't it let me drop them? Oh, because I've got them equipped. That's fine. Not a big deal. Hugo, you keep saying that. Do you understand that I'm only level 1? I am level 1. I'm not saying I'm NG or this is my first playthrough. I am literally level 1. I cannot use a compound bow and fire arrows. I am level 1. Look, soul level, see that at the bottom? Level 1. Quit telling me to use a compound bow. I cannot use a compound bow at level 1. Or any other bow as far as I know. I know that's a strategy, and even if I could use a compound bow, I would not use one. Because I don't want to cheese the boss. I feel like this boss is beatable with regular means. If I'm on pure black world tendency, and I've gotten him close at level 1, then obviously he's beatable without cheesing him. It's going about as poorly as before, Javier, although I feel more comfortable with my strategy. The only problem is 15 minutes from now, I need to hit the shower and go to work. So we're getting to the end of our run here, and I'll either have to finish this tonight or in the morning, tomorrow morning. But I feel like I've made a lot of progress. It's not as much progress as I would have liked to make. I've got a strategy for the boss now. It's just executing that strategy is going to be the difficult part. I could try fighting him in the center at No, I'm not going to, because I think that the charge and backup strategy has been good to me. I have used the center strategy with a regularly leveled character. It was not very effective when I tried it with an SL1. Although I guess I can possibly give it another shot. You know what? Let's just do it right now. We've got nothing else, nothing to lose. I'm probably not going to beat it here. Let's try the center strategy and see if we get farther. The only problem with the center strategy is if I get the boss down to half health, I don't have as much time to try to take him out as I would if I were on this end of the... Let's see what happens if you just try to run past him. Okay, we got that. Oh, that didn't work at all. What did he just do? He like dove at me. Okay, so this is center strategy. So he can't use that. I feel like this obscures my vision. Yeah. Charge. Yeah, see, this is too time-consuming is the problem. And once I get both of them in here, I'll be screwed. And I'm having trouble keeping track of them. If you're down here, he can't get behind you, right? I'm not doing much damage with that weapon. Or with that spell. Okay. Fucker. You know, he looks like he's doing his double overhead slam animation when he does that. Here, I want the sword out. And I want to run around it. He looks like it looks to me when he's in the air and he's doing the magic attack, it looks the same as the double sword, the double overhead slam animation. Okay, so we got one of them. Charge. It's the wrong one. I don't want that one. I want the one that's weakened. I don't want to be fighting them both. I want to focus on one at a time. Is this the guy? Come on, give me a charge. They're not giving me a charge. Fuckers. Holy shit, this fight. You know, people used to say that they thought Maneater was one of the hardest bosses in Demon Souls, and I was always like, I don't know. I didn't really think Maneater's was that hard. Right now, I'm not sure how it can get any harder. Between the damage that they do and the mechanics of the fight, I don't see how anything is more of a struggle than this. The final boss, King Alant, is really patterned, so he's difficult. He does a lot of damage, but he's really patterned. I mean, you know what he's going to do at all times. You're not going to fall off any cliffs. Flame Lurker was fast, but as long as you just kept backing up away from him, you could keep shooting him with soul arrows. I killed him on my first try. I'm not sure if maybe Hugo is using Google Translate to tell me to use bow and arrow, Javier. Can you tell him in Spanish? Because he's not getting it. I've told him 100 times now. Well, maybe not 100. I just keep on saying, I'm level 1. I can't use any bows and arrows. And he just keeps on saying, use a bow and arrow. Use a bow and arrow. I can't. I couldn't use it if I wanted to, Javier. I don't think. I mean, none of the other games can you use a bow and arrow. You can always use a crossbow, like a light crossbow or something. And then in Dark Souls 3, once you start collecting rings, you're able to use bows and arrows. Or, I mean, yeah. But I still don't. Even in Dark Souls 3, once I have the Hunter's Ring, you can get the Karthus Milk Ring, gives you an extra 3 levels of Dex. And then the Hunter's Ring, which doesn't come till the very end of the game, you get an extra 5 levels of Dex if you use them. But the bow and arrow doesn't give you enough advantage to really be of any use that late in the game anyway. So, I don't use it. Okay, let's see if we get some better RNG on this one, because that last one was shit. He flew away from me right off the bat. That's a good start. That's a good start. Holy shit. There he is. Really? He staggers. There are so many of his attacks that stagger. That was too early. That was on my part. I saw what he was doing. Really? I'm stuck. See, this the other one's going to show up, and there's just nothing you can do about it. If this one flies away, you're just not going to be able to take him out, and the other one's going to show up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Run. And here's the other problem. When you go ahead and you run, then once in a while one of them will charge behind you. It's just complete RNG. You're dead. Nothing you can do about it. And I don't have them separated here. I gotta separate them, and I gotta get the weak one first. Here you go. Come on. Be the weak one. There we go. Oh, shit! Both of them. Fuck! I wanted to unlock on you, dumbass. Oh, God. He charged. That was a dead. I was dead there. He just missed me. That was just total luck. Really? To the other end. I gotta separate them. I can't fight them both at the same time. Here we go. Give me a charge. What the fuck? I thought he was stopping to do that, I thought he was stopping to do that yellow attack. He just completely froze like he was doing that yellow attack that he does. So I approached him, and then he did a different attack altogether. Alright. Come on, buddy. No, that's not what I wanted. One more. There it is. How in the fuck? What in the fuck, dude? Is that just completely random? When you dodge backwards from that charge attack, it misses you, and then just completely randomly, like 1 out of every 10 times, all of a sudden you get hit. Fuck me. You didn't miss much, dude. I just keep dying over and over and over, and every time it looks like I've got a good run going, it's just one fuck up, one bad RNG. Either I screw something up, or I just kind of get screwed by like 2 charges in a row that just knock me off the edge. There's just always something. There's always some reason that I don't succeed. But don't worry, I am a stubborn son of a bitch. I will get this fucker eventually. It's gonna be like a 4-hour stream of one boss. And it's about to end too. It's almost 9:30 a.m. here. I have to be to work at 10:30, and I gotta take a shower and everything else, so. It's the end of the line for me. I have to finish this tonight or tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that makes me feel bad. I mean, I know people stopped in, and some of you are a little bit invested. You're like, really? I just spent the last 45 minutes watching you fight this guy. You can't kill him? I'm like, I'm sorry, I tried. I really did. But ultimately, I do have to pay my rent, so going to work is not optional. I wish I could be one of those YouTubers who just sits around and gets paid money to play games. That would be fun. Although, you know, I don't know if I would like that. Because then I'd feel like obligated to play games I didn't want to. Like, everybody like, play Prey, play Prey. I'd be like, you know what? I fucking read the reviews of Prey, and it's terrible. I don't want to play Prey. Alright, this is it. Unless I die really fast, this is my last try here. Well, no, maybe I can get sneak another one in. I'd like to give myself an hour here. Alright. Charge. Nice. See, there it is again. I don't know what the deal is there. I don't know what I'm fucking up. I know what I fucked up there. How am I locked onto his tail? Okay, now he's doing it to me like every time. Okay, what's going on here? He's getting me with the charge every single time. And I was doing really well on that charge. That charge was getting me through this phase, like... Can you fucking lock on? This fucking fight. Mechanically, this is just a pile of horse shit. Dodge into that. Maybe you can't dodge into that. I don't know. Fucking camera. Oh, is the second one in? Yes. Unbelievable. Yeah, I didn't mean to beat up on Prey in particular. I'm just saying that, like, you see a game that you don't want to play, and I think a lot of the streamers that basically make a living streaming, they pretty much feel obligated to play everything because that's their audience. Their audience wants to see every single new game that comes out. And I, for one, like, I don't like most games. I mean, if you look at my YouTube channel, it's almost exclusively Souls games. So someone comes along and says, oh, hey, well, why don't you play some Call of Duty? It's like, because I don't like Call of Duty. I don't really play any shooters. I do like shooters if I'm on PC, but not on console. And I don't stream from my PC. I only stream from consoles. I use an Elgato HD60. I'd need to upgrade my computer quite a bit if I wanted to stream like a shooter game. And since I don't really enjoy shooter games that much, it really wouldn't make much sense for me to, you know, spend all kinds of money on a super duper gaming rig and then just so I could play games that I don't want to play. And I don't know how much most of those people make off gaming anyways. Probably not that much. I mean, you know, when you get to the top tier of them, I'm sure they make tons of money, but you know, your average person, even if they've got like 50,000 subs or something, I don't know how much money they're actually making playing those games. Don't go hollow now. I'm going to have to go to work. I guess that is kind of hollow, isn't it? Alright, this is the last try, though. I'm past the point where I should have been in the shower and gone to work. And something tells me I am not going to beat the boss on this try. So I'm sorry to everybody who tuned in, who kind of got invested in seeing me finally beat this boss. I don't think it's going to happen here. But I'll try. I'm not giving up. And I will certainly get this boss. And in fact, I'm even more determined to not cheese the boss at this point. Because I feel like I've proven that it's possible. I've had it pretty close. I think I had it down to about a quarter health of the second one at one point. See, I mean, you guys are watching the same thing I'm watching, right? That was my fault. The second one was my fault. But like that first one, I dodge backwards and the boss doesn't hit me at all. It just goes right over the top of me and kind of to the side. All right, I'll do one more because that was so fast. And then other times, it takes 3/4 of my health. And there doesn't seem to be any logic to it. It's almost like when you're dodging into Madeir and you go, oh, okay, well, I have to get kind of lucky because there's like the fire and then there's 4 different legs stomping around and a tail at the end of that. So if I dodge into this mess, I'm going to have to get a little bit lucky to not get hit by one of those things. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe I'm dodging backwards and just my relative positioning is just perfect so that it misses me. But it seems so random to me, and in the times that I've succeeded, in the times that I've taken out the first guy, those dodge backwards have been golden. That's what's gotten me through. So it's really frustrating when all of a sudden you get 3 of them where you dodge backwards and he just keeps hitting you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the last run. Even if I die in the first 2 seconds, I still have to go to work. Thanks, Double. Lack of stamina leads to anger, anger to hate, and hate to death. That's correct, Yoda. I haven't had too many problems with stamina, though, in this run. You know what SL1 is really terrible for stamina for anybody here who's ever tried a SL1? Thanks, you natural. I appreciate it. For anyone who's ever tried an SL1, the stamina management in Dark Souls 2 is fucking infuriating. I mean, it is terrible. So terrible that I actually have fun doing SL1s. of games, and I consider an SL1 of Dark Souls 2 to be not fun at all. It's not fun. It's just frustrating. There's no fun involved. Even this, I'm having fun doing this, even if I sound like I'm getting salty. I'm discovering things. I'm kind of trying to work out strategies, and I just fucked up. Holy Christ. Alright, let's try that again. Fuck me. There's another dodge back while he dodges past you, which causes your character to dodge directly off the cliff. When I hit the button, I was dodging down the bridge. When then the enemy moved in such a way that the dodge actually went off the bridge instead. And you know, maybe you're talking about literally 0.02 of a second difference in there. Fuck it, one more try. It'll be a short shower. I'll just take a short shower. I won't shampoo my hair. How's that sound? It's so frustrating, and I feel like no matter how many times I try this boss, even after I beat him, he's still going to be a nightmare to do at SL1. And I've never sat and watched it, but I've seen that like Lobos has streamed an SL1. I've streamed SL1s of Dark Souls 3. I don't have any problem with it. I'm going to get stuck in the Dancer. I'm going to have struggle with the Soul of Cinder. I'm going to tell everybody to fuck you. If they really want to see me kill Black Flame Frida, they can, I don't know, do it themselves, because fuck it. I've done it twice, and I don't ever want to do it again. That boss sucks dick at SL1. It's like trying to stuff a coconut up my ass. Like, I'm not doing that again, even if you want to watch. But this, I don't know how you'd stream this, because even though most of the stuff seems pretty learnable, this guy, even though I feel like I've got a good strategy, I don't see how this would ever become easy. There's just so much RNG involved that you'd randomly get your ass kicked for 2 hours straight. Although maybe they just cheese him. Maybe at SL1 the route is to just go ahead and cheese this boss because they're like, fuck it. But I'm sure Lobos has killed this guy straight up legitimately the same way that I'm doing it right now. And maybe if he cheeses the boss from then on, he can just point back and say, you know what, I already did it the hard way. Fuck that. That's how I feel about the Nameless King, honestly. I've already done it the hard way, fuck that. I'm using a Knight's Crossbow and Lightning Bolts on the dragon. I'll fight the Nameless King straight up, but I'm not fighting that dragon straight up anymore. All it is a camera fuckaroo. It's just... it's not fun. There it is, Ken. See that? Dodge backwards. Then try to heal. He's going to dodge over you again. Fuck. I haven't even gotten a hit on him. That was my fault. I dodged early. You know what? Fuck this shit. Is it a spacing issue? Is that my issue? That sometimes this is hard and sometimes it's easy? Based upon my distance from him when I dodge? I mean, that makes sense. Really? gotta get out of here. Run. Run again. Here we go. Come on, charge. Oh, that's the right one, too. Oh, I thought I had him. Get out. Fuck me. That was a panic dodge. It was a panic dodge. I saw him lift his arms up the air, and I dodged, and he's timed out so that if you dodge early, the double hand slam. So the single hand slam, you dodge the correct time. If it's the double hand slam, you're dead. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad that I wasn't able to kill him. I'll kill him either tonight or tomorrow morning. I feel like I've got the correct strategy. I just need to perform it. I maybe need to work out the minutia of my strategy and figure out more efficient ways of doing that. But thanks to everyone who stopped in. And I apologize for not performing the show that you came to see. But for anybody who did just show up and is curious what I was doing, this is an SL1 character, and we are doing this at Pure Black World Tendency. So it's been really difficult, and I tried really hard, and I'm frustrated, but maybe that's a good time to go to work and get my mind off it and give it another shot tonight. So if you want to see other SL1 stuff that isn't quite so scrubby and actually shows some, at least a remote level of challenge or talent, you can check my page because I have quite a few fights there that are actually worth watching. Thanks for watching, guys.